Welcome back. It's Mike Bernor from SiteTech Northeast. This is Solving Problems with SiteWorks. Just to keep you up, this is part 4 of our infield wall. We had a full design. Customer stated they actually wanted to put a retaining wall instead of a sloping wall. Instead of doing all the back and forth with engineer and surveyors of getting grades and stuff, we got a sketch from the homeowner, and we're going to build it and get their blessing before we go forward. So the last video, we had built our wall. As you can see it right there, showed in the 3D surface really nicely. The next step we have to do is, because things weren't triangulating the way they needed to be, and we're not going to work on the design surface, we're actually going to put some of these contours in. A couple ways of doing this. You go through, put spot grades if you wanted, or you can hit this hamburger menu, Kogo, create points and arcs. What we can do is, this has a line drawing feature as well, just like in Review and Edit. And you'll recall me saying that I like to review and edit when I'm connecting dots because it doesn't create a bunch of extra line points. Well, when we have nothing, it's nice to create points when we're drawing. So, hit our question mark here, and we're going to create a line of boundary. And what you can also do is this little object up here, this little mountain, we're going to put that, we're going to enter the elevation. We're just going to start with a 502 elevation because that was the top of our wall. Everyone is going to be a little bit different in their naming convention. In order to kind of keep things a little bit cleaner, what I like to do is I'll take the line name and I'm actually going to give it a call. I know I said I was doing 502. I'm actually going to do 503. I like to give it whatever contour name it is. And this is going to be as simple as just drawing in your contours. And bear with me, I'm probably not zoomed in enough. If you screw up, you can hit the little reverse. Some of this is going to be we're grading, going back to design, but this is just going to be a nice grade from top of wall to into here. Right? And then we'll come into there, and then it should just tie back in to the 503. If I hit accept, it's going to give me an option to add that again. So since I changed it, and now it's going to bump me right to the 504. So I can come through, right, and on these little bit of contours to make them smooth. The more points you click, the better off you'll be. These contours are pretty quick. You could always take that 503 contour we just drew, and you could do the same thing. You could offset it and get it. You could go out and shoot actual tie-in points if you so choose to do. This is mainly, the operator on this job's pretty good. Just gonna give them kind of a lay of the land, and the homeowner can kind of see it and how it's gonna look. So we'll just go through and we'll just tap a little bit more. Let's get it through. Alright, so that's the 505. And maybe we'll do one more just because it's right on the edge of that tree line. Some people are more visual than others. Some people wouldn't need anything. Good operator may be able to just say blend to the tree line. They're blending to the tree line. But because we're getting a blessing from the actual homeowner, we'll go just a little bit above and beyond. There, hit our X. Let's see what we're looking like now. Come over here, look. So now we got a back slope, top of wall, where they're going to grade to, up to that tree line. We'll see what they say when they get to that point. While we're doing the contouring, right, we're going to have to adjust a little bit of this side slope on the face of the wall as well. And then we're also going to have to kind of redo a little bit of that driveway. So once again, we'll come into here, right? I'm going to hit this because it's just easier. So we know that the face of this wall now is going to be 49850, and that might get adjusted a little bit here or there in the field. And we could go through and calc these spot grades, but just in essence of time, what we're going to do is come down. There's that 497 contour. Let's just take off from here. All right, and if I just click these points, well, that's kind of hideous. Let's just go back on this one point. All right, more you zoom in, and I'm just using my stylus to click through these. right? Because water's still going to shade and shed off this. What we're also got to keep in mind is they're going to have to put a French drain in back of this wall that's going to have to outlet. So that whole wall is going to end up taking most of this water. And I'm going to carry this right through the driveway. And then we're actually going to draw the driveway line in as well, through a little bit of a different, right where the intersection of these lines are. Because remember, we are not running off our design anymore. So we'll carry it through that driveway. Let's actually bring it right in the intersections of that magenta line. And we'll bring it out just a little bit, right? Because we know that our operator is going to be able to do some grading out there. So that's a 497 contour. So we're going to 497, right? And we might just do one more just whoa, that's way out in left field. Right, it's a pretty straight line. Got a little bit of a curve in here. And the more accurate you are with these touch points, right, the more of them they are, just like in any CAD software, the more of the radius it'll be. Don't be afraid to go backwards if you want. You can be as picky as you want to be. It's completely up to you. So that one's going to be 496. And we might just go down to the, since we're here, might as well go one more, just make it even on the 495. And the reason I'm trying to get right on the edge of the driveway is if I drive that, when we draw that driveway line in, that'll essentially be like a spot grade for us. So we'll draw the line through it, the brake line through it, and it'll carry that elevation for us. So come right to there, give it the 495. Let's back out real quick, see what it kind of looked like. There we go, starting to build into there a little bit. And up into here, right, this might be a customer thing. You know, you might want to put a couple spot grades in there, but that's going to be for our next video. Our next video, we're going to go through spot grading this little courtyard back here and putting in the driveway.